hear us. Hello, nice to see you all here. Please welcome our guest, Mr. Liko Subakti from Project Seed.
Right.
We'll just wait a few more seconds for more people to join the chat. And once we are ready, we'll start off with a few questions, and then your questions from the chat will be asked. Okay, I see we already have some questions. Okay. Okay, people are already joining, so I think we can start with some easy questions. So Liko, could you please tell us more about yourself and about the project Seed? What is it? What does it involve?
All right. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Liko from Project Seed, and I'm really glad to be here. So, essentially, Project Seed. Let me explain a little bit of the idea behind this project that we are making. So, essentially, Project Seed, we are trying and we have the mission on bringing blockchain gaming and blockchain into mass adoption. Right now, if you can see. The idea behind why we choose gaming is because we see the wave of the crypto space from starting from DeFi, NFT. We believe wholeheartedly that the next wave is gonna be blockchain gaming. But then right now,
Mhm.
if you're taking a closer look into the blockchain gaming app ecosystem, you will notice that most of them are actually pretty high level barrier. They have a pretty high level barrier for entry level. So basically, people needs to be able to understand crypto, blockchain. They need to be able to at least utilize MetaMask or like some sort of wallets, and then they can only play with their web browser. And I tried several blockchain games before with my Web3, and it took me like half an hour to just load one game, and then at the end of the day, it just cut me off. So for me, I want to bring mass adoptions, the people from the traditional gaming space into the blockchain gaming space, because we have so much to offer the people with blockchain technology. And so this is our mission and this is our goal. And so we want to bring like a very fun, a very engaging, and a very, how do you say, traditional experience with blockchain technology. So this is our mission, and everything will be app based. So basically, you won't find us in the website and then you play from there. It's not gonna happen.
Okay, great. So more specifically, what is your plan? How are you planning to make it easily accessible for people with no experience with blockchain? How are you planning to achieve it?
Yeah. So basically, if you're asking me how are we going to achieve this, right now we have expanded our team from it's just us, the founders, and a small company of people. Right now, we are almost 40 people, 40, and our team are scattered
Mhm.
across the globe. As you can see, we have team from Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, Singapore, India, um, Spain, Greece, USA, the America. I mean, like, and other places that I barely even remember the name. So basically, we are actually a pretty big team right now, and we are hiring people that actually have traditional gaming working experience. We have people
Mhm.
from uh, Brave Frontier, Final Fantasy,
Oh, really?
Ruby.sg, and then we have people from Marvel, Transformer, and then people from DreamWorks, and like Call of Duty. So basically, we have all those peoples working for us. In
Mhm.
terms of the animation, in terms of the gaming space, the Unity developer. So basically, we have all those people working with us, and even our UI and UX designer is we take them from the blockchain from the traditional gaming space, and so they all have experience in building a very user friendly way of making a game. So basically, we are approaching this. We always think of ourselves, even though we are a blockchain gaming company and project, we always think about ourselves, traditional gaming company that integrates blockchain technology. So our
Mm.
mindset is not building just blockchain gaming, but we need to be able to engage and have the quality of traditional games. So that's basically how we plan to achieve that.
Okay, that's great. I hear you, and you have really a lot of people with great experience with other projects, as you say. So it's a good promise. One more thing that you mentioned was integrating the wallet, for example, in MetaMask, which might be complicated for some, let's say, casual players. Do you also plan to use some external
Right.
wallet, or um, will there be an integrated wallet within the game?
Yeah, so basically, we are discussing with several partners, and for the wallet side, we have developed our own wallet, but then there comes the security issues. I mean, like there is no security issues with our wallets, but then we think about the wallets, and we are a gaming company, so basically, wallet will not be our focus. Wallet will not be our strong points. So basically, in order for us
Mhm.
to mitigate the security risks and making people the wallet accessible for everybody, we are partnering with a third party or wallet provider to make sure that the wallet is very secure. It's gonna offer a very reliable service, and it's gonna be opening up for like massive amount of people joining us. So basically, even though we will have wallets, but then the wallet that we will have will be third party.
Okay. I
Okay.
think that everyone heard what you said. I've had some minor issues with my internet connection, but I think it should be fine now.
Right. I can hear you fine.
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes. You
Sorry,
just got back
I
on.
had some issues with the internet connection, but I just changed the network, so it should be fine. Thank you for the explanation on this. We're looking forward to how it will play out in the end.
For sure.
You have also mentioned that you have right now around 40 people working
Right. Almost, yes.
development side of blockchain, let's say.
Sorry, you got cut off. I cannot hear what you're asking.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was asking because you mentioned that you have 40 people on your team right now.
Mhm.
And I wanted to ask more specifically how many people are working on the tech side of blockchain in Project Seed.
For the blockchain side, we have around four to five people working on the blockchain side, and then most of the people are actually working on the design and
Mhm.
also on the Unity side.
Okay, so 4 to 5 people working on the blockchain side,
Right.
and how many are on how many script writers and other people responsible strictly for the gaming experience you have?
The rest of them. Cutting from the, I mean, like
Okay.
cutting from the, if you want to say it, frankly speaking, other than the blockchain guys and other than the marketing guys, which is only like four of us, that's it. The rest of them are the gaming experience guys. They are actually from
Mhm.
we have quite a number of designers that we try to make sure that we have enough assets, because if let me bring you an idea and possibly like to give you a perspective on how this gaming thing work, right, and the gaming development works. So basically, in order for us to be able to create one 3D assets with animation only until the animation, without the visual effects. It will take us 1 month, 30
Mm-hmm.
days just to sketch, sorry, concept, sketch, coloring, texturing, getting going to the 3D. The 3D will consist of the rigging, the modeling, and then the animation. This whole
Mm-hmm.
process will take up to 1 month if one guy is handling one area. That is along with, like plus or minus with the QC. If the concept is actually already good, then the other processes will be faster. If there is no QC, or like if everything goes along with the process. But then if there is like QC and then people have to redo it, then sometimes it will take longer. Sometimes it will
Mm-hmm.
take less time. So in order for us to be able to deliver good games, okay, and this actually includes the assets, not only the weapon, not only the armors, not only the characters, not only the monsters. It includes the house, the worlds, the environment, the
Mm-hmm.
like all the things that you see in the game. And every 3D assets will uh, take at least like 3 to 4 weeks. So basically we have quite a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people working on the art side of things. We have
Uh-huh.
also we have, I think the art side takes, we almost have like 15 to 18 people working on the art side alone. And
You can see this because the art is really high quality.
right, and we try not to compromise in our art quality. And of course, we are also hiring people from the Unity side of things. So we have AI developer, we have
Mm-hmm.
the level designers, we have the game designer, and then we also have like uh, the marketplace, the people who are in charge in the marketplace, the people who are in charge in the dungeons. And there are a lot of things that are actually working. So basically we have quite a lot of teams even in the development side.
Okay, so that all sounds really good. And regarding the work time frame that you mentioned during this answer, I wanted to ask one question from the audience at this moment from Lei Ren. What is the approximate time for launch, since it takes so long?
Mm, sorry.
Did you hear the question? Hello, Liko?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was muted. So basically the
Yeah.
timeline for our launch, are you asking about the IDO or like the game launch? So I'm this is a
Let's
bit
say
general.
both. You
Yeah, let's say
can,
both.
yeah, you can first tell us when will be the IDO, and
Yeah.
then when is the full game launch.
So basically, for the IDO, we are talking with several partners for
Hmm.
launch. Our launching partners, we are planning actually to launch around this time, but then the market is a bit not friendly towards the whole thing, right? So basically we try to take another time slot for the launch itself. This decision was made because we have to think about the host, anyway, if you take a look at the current situation, nobody's actually launching. I mean, like, nobody dares to launch, and even people who launch doesn't really do well. So we don't want to make sure we want to make sure that our investors, the one who put their trust and money in our project, to not be disappointed because of the market condition that is not even our fault to begin with.
Yeah.
So basically we are looking for, uh, just being honest, I mean, like, price is not gonna be like our main thing, but
Hmm.
then we need to be able to put this into consideration as well. So we are postponing our launch just to make sure that the market is already stable enough, and we see a slight hope of, the market is recovering, but then it's gonna be soon. That's about the launch of the IDO and the token. There is no detailed plan yet. I mean, like, the time, it's still gonna be to be determined, but then it's gonna be soon enough. It's gonna be in this year for sure. And then
Okay.
for the game launch, we will have our alpha test in December. We
Hmm.
will be opening up a whitelist soon because it will be very limited spot. We
Oh,
only
great.
allow several hundred people joining for the alpha test.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beta will be coming out in Q2 of 2022 next year,
Mm-hmm.
Q2, and then Q3 will be the launch of the whole game. So basically, we have started the development since early this year, right? So basically,
Uh-huh.
um, since Q1, so basically we have time. We have developed some part of the game, and we need another year to actually finish up the game. And then, of
Sure.
course, more products is under development for the next for after the launch.
It's always better to take more time to polish the
For
product
sure, for
than
sure,
to release a buggy game.
for sure,
We
for
know
sure.
how much wrong it can do to the company if you do something like this.
Definitely.
Okay, we have one more question from the chat coming from Arkan because let me say this first. You have a great name for the token, Shield token. This is just awesome for marketing. So the question is, what is the main use of Shield token coming from Arkan?
Okay, so basically, since the name is gonna be a bit the well, one of the fun part regarding the game
Mm-hmm.
and the project. So basically, there is a philosophy behind the Shield token name. Uh, so basically, why do we choose Shield token? Right. So basically, um, this is a game, and
Mm-hmm.
this game requires community. This game requires people, and this game will not survive. Any game, any company will not survive if there is no support from the community. If the community is not sharing it, we nobody will survive. No company will survive. I know this firsthand because I used to work first very closely with the community. I used to help Binance. I mean, like work for Binance and then Crypto.com doing the community for Asia. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, I know firsthand how the community will make or break the company. And so we want our community, our supporter, our players to be our shillers. This is
Mm-hmm.
actually the point. And besides, there is so much budget that we can expand for influencers. I mean, like we are not saying like, oh yeah, we hate influencers. No, we love influencers, but then we cannot rely on influencers for 10 years or 20 years or 30
Sure.
years. It's gonna be a very huge budget for our end. And so we shillers, our token holders, our believer, our investors, our players will be our shillers because they will be taking the time. Like, let's be honest, if you experience and if you know something good, will you not gonna share it to your friends or families? I mean, like
Sure.
that's just it, right? I mean, like if I go to like a restaurant and it's good, I'm gonna tell my family to like, hey, go to that restaurant. It's gonna be good. That chicken rice is very good, or like that fried chicken is really nice. I mean, like if it's something good, then you will definitely share it. So that's actually the philosophy behind the name, the token name, and the use
So all the
cases.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Please go on.
Okay, so basically the use cases for our token, there are three main use cases. The first use cases, I will start from the lowest part, is actually the governance. So we want our game to be governed by the community, and for people who stake the token, we will be doing a little bit slightly different governance system than the other project.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the projects that are actually in the space right now requires you to stake a lot of money before you can actually govern anything from the project. So last time there is this one project that requires me to actually stake $30,000 worth of tokens to actually be able to participate in the staking. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
in the governance. And so um, for me, that is not governance. That is only the governance for the whales. You only open up governance for the whales. So for in our case, in our game, people who are basically staked for a minimum amount, which is gonna be required for the dungeon creator later on. I will talk about this in the staking. But then as long as you are eligible for creating one level dungeon, which is gonna be very low entry, you will be able to participate in the governance.
Okay,
And
that's great.
this is actually to mitigate also people who are, irresponsible parties from making any governance proposal. And I mean, like, there will be people who are just making governance proposal just to get the rewards, and this is not something that we would want to see. And so there is the first use case, which is the governance. And then the second use case is the in-game currency. Whatever it is that is happening in the game, the marketplace, the advertisement, um, the staking, um, the payments, the buy and sell, NFT marketplace, everything will involve shield tokens. We will not accept any other tokens, not your BTC, not your ETH, not your Sol. We will only accept shield token in our platform. And that's the second use case. The third use case is actually the staking. Okay, staking is a very standard product and use case for tokens. But then in our platform, we believe that this staking will actually be a big major part of our project. Why is this? If you stake your token, you will be eligible for random airdrop for the NFT or like the supplies. And then you will be able to participate in the governance. And then the nice thing is that, okay, of course, you will receive APR as well. But then the nice things that you will be able to do is actually be a dungeon master. And this is one of the products that we have. Dungeon Master. So basically, in our game, if you stake your token, you will be eligible for creating a dungeon. This dungeon, the logic behind this dungeon is this: the larger your stake, the larger the dungeon that you can create. The numbers will follow later on, closer to the launch. It will not be shared now. But then, for example, let's say you are eligible for, you stake 100 tokens, and then you can create one level dungeons. And then if you stake like 10,000 token, you can probably create like 100 level dungeon. That's just a simple, like,
Yeah, I understand.
for example. And the logic behind this is this: the larger your dungeon, the better the monster that you can create. Meaning the higher the level of the monster that you can put in your dungeon. This will give you more incentive than the lower level dungeon. Why? Because people will definitely will play in your dungeons. And be, the dungeon master will receive a sort of incentive from the loots that the user is receiving in the dungeon that user is created. So for example, Igor, I call your name right?
Yeah, Igor.
Igor. So basically, Igor, for example, like let's say you create 100 level dungeon, and then and then you keep your staking active, and then I play in your dungeon. Whatever I receive in your dungeon, you will receive a portion of it as an incentive. And then that loot that you receive will eventually allow you to create NFTs, be it the disposable, be it the weapon, be it the armors, be it the accessories. You will be able to at least craft something. So basically, the better the monster that you create, that you put in your dungeon, meaning the larger the dungeon, you will receive better loots. And this will translate eventually to your revenue in playing the game.
Okay, actually, that's a great mechanism. So it's a nice twist on the staking mechanism. I think it can really attract people and engage them even more, since they will be this kind of dungeon masters. Great, that's really impressive idea. Thanks for the explanation. Next question coming from Tolga. More about the, let's say, philosophy of gaming on blockchain. I mostly see play to earn mechanism on blockchain based gaming projects. Impossible to catch pay to earn projects. Will you have such projection and adding plan to the project seed?
What do you mean impossible to catch pay to earn projects? Will you have? Sorry, the question was cut.
Sorry. Okay. So most of the projects are play to earn mechanism. So pay to earn, I think that he means that you will be able to buy the tokens simply and then use them to earn more. I think it will be what was the dungeon master feature you explained concerns. Yes.
No, I think this is involving regarding the play to earn, impossible to catch up with. I mean, like, okay, so if I get your questions correctly, uh, if you are talking about the number of the people doing play to earn than people who are doing pay to earn, because play to earn is actually only on the blockchain gaming side. You earn because you play the game. You earn because you earn from the NFT side of things that generates funds for you. If you get the items or you get the monsters and then you sell it, or the lands, and then the price appreciates, and then you earn your money there. But then pay to earn in essence is actually the traditional game. In blockchain game, we offer the play to earn, right? The mechanism, the possibility of earning money from playing game. So why does the number of people who are playing to earn less than the pay to earn? I think this will involve the UI, the UX, and also the user friendliness, which
Mm-hmm.
we are trying to solve with our game. We are designing our game. I would I dare to say that you wouldn't know if you are not in the crypto space. You wouldn't know that this is a blockchain game that involves play to earn.
Mm-hmm.
I can really vouch for that. This will be just like another like the other mobile gaming that you experience. You wouldn't even notice that this is a crypto or blockchain game. And this is the solution that we try to come up with in order for our number to go up, to be able to be on the similar side compared to the pay to earn, which is the traditional game.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. I think you got the question correctly. Tolga was explaining a bit more about this, and I think you got it correctly. So thanks for the explanation. Okay. So next question coming from Stanford. I noticed on your white paper you intend to make the project available on multiple chains. Wouldn't this make your product more complex for the average gaming user? Will it be
Sorry,
noticeable for people?
can you can you repeat that again?
Sure. I will leave it on the screen for a longer time. Are you planning to make the game multi-chain?
Hmm.
And wouldn't this make your product more complex for the average gaming user?
Not really. Uh, I don't think so. Because the way we see the game on how it's developing right now, uh, it will actually even offer a more convenient way for our user to ramp out their assets, their tokens, and also okay, the game itself will be built on one blockchain, which is Solana.
Mhm.
But then the assets and the tokens, everything will be multi-chain. So basically, you will be this will we will this will offer the user, our user, a more convenient way of ramping out or in their assets and their tokens into our in and out of our platform. And so I
Mhm.
think this will offer up convenience rather than confusion.
Okay. Yeah, I think it will be actually make the product more accessible
Right,
than harder to access. So
right.
I wouldn't worry about that. It's more about the gaming experience, I think.
Hmm, hmm.
So next, coming from Kuldeep, and guys, don't worry if it question is repeated from somewhere else. We will check it because I'm saying this because there was some discussion in the chat. Using mobile to perform operations when trading and checking wallets is becoming more and more popular. Does Project Seed plan to develop platforms on iOS and Android in the near future?
This will probably refer to like I believe I saw these questions before, and this is probably
Okay, nice.
asking for the DeFi space, the DeFi project. But then actually, this is a very good question as well. So basically, in our app, we are trying to integrate like even a small DeFi features and product where you
Mhm.
can actually ramp in and out your tokens. For example, Shield token to BTC, or Shield tokens to ETH, or Shield token to like Solana. All like the major coins. We will offer like this swap kind of thing, the DeFi
Mhm.
thing into our platform to make it easier for the user to ramp in and out of the project. I mean, like the game. And we are a mobile focus project. So basically, our product will be released first in Android, and
Mhm.
then it's gonna be on the iOS, and then it will be on the Windows. Of course, we will try to actually create stuff for the consoles as well, like PS5, Xbox, and stuff like that.
Okay. So first coming is Android, yes?
Yep.
Okay, great. I think that covers the question. This one is also good. Once again from Arkan, what is the most killer feature in Project Seed? And what is the difference between Project Seed and other Project NFT games?
Yeah, this is fun. So basically, the killer feature. So basically, there are two features that I really love regarding
Mhm.
the project. The first one is the dungeon creator, where I shared earlier, regarding you create the dungeon in our game, and then you become the dungeon master, and you
Yeah.
receive incentive from being that. The second one is actually the marketplace. Okay, unlike other marketplace, we are developing a marketplace that we call a rental marketplace. So basically, this idea comes from Airbnb. uh, we want to create an Airbnb for the NFT that is in our ecosystem. So basically, this idea also comes because I see that NFT is a very illiquid market. I mean, like you can sell your and you can buy your NFT today, and then you want to sell it. It's not guaranteed that you will be able to sell your NFT today.
Mhm.
Somebody might buy it next month or like in 2 months time. I mean, like that's just the way the NFT market works. And so we are creating a rental marketplace where people who doesn't have a lot of money, or who are not willing to spend a lot of money, or
Mhm.
maybe because it's a rare item and nobody else have it, only like 100 NFT are there, and then everything is already owned by somebody. Rather than, I mean, like if you cannot get the chance to actually own that as well, you can actually rent out the NFT. So basically, Igor, for example, you buy an NFT that is worth $5,000, and then you just don't want to sell it because it's rare. There is only like 100 of the NFT in the world. Okay, how do you make money out of it? In the normal gaming, blockchain gaming, that's it. It's a dead asset for you.
Yeah.
You are not making any money. Even if you are not using it, there is no way you are making any money out of it, except unless you are selling it away. In our platform, if you own that NFT, you can actually rent it out for money for the people who are willing to actually rent it out for you from you day by day. Which
Mhm.
is and then, for example, let's say Igor, you're going for a holiday to other places, and I'm gonna take a break for a month, and then I'm just gonna enjoy my holiday. You're not using your assets, you want to rent it out, go ahead, you can even earn money from that. So basically, your assets will be an investment assets where you don't have to sell it to actually earn money out of it.
Mhm.
And why am I so confident that these assets will be actually usable? Because unlike other games, other blockchain gaming project, our assets are not lens and not limited to only monsters. Our assets are our weapons, our armors, accessories, uh, monsters. So
Mhm.
basically, all this. all these elements that help you in your gaming experience. So of course, if you're playing RPG game, you need weapons and you need armors, and of course, the better the armor that you have and the better the weapon that you have, the easier you are to level up. So basically, this is gonna be really really usable.
Yeah, actually, that sounds also really great, and that's something new and like a new way to earn money on gaming. So I think it can really prove to be a very good. Well, actually, this can be the killer feature, as
All right,
our
all right.
viewers described it. So yeah, thanks. This is a really good answer and a really exciting feature. But regarding the NFTs, we have one question from our chat on Telegram. Do you think characters created by players should be NFTs as well? We all know stories of characters being sold later on when someone decides to pull back out from the game. So the characters should be, and maybe the characters should be NFTs as well.
Mm, for this, I would suggest that you stay tuned. There are more under. I mean, like I cannot disclose everything here.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I would suggest that you stay tuned in our community, in Telegram, and
Mhm.
we just released a trailer yesterday, and we will release more features and also more updates in the group, in the community, and of course, this will be answered eventually. So stay tuned.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's great. So it was a good question, and we'll be looking forward to hear the answer in the announcement.
Right.
Great. Uh, okay, next question coming from Alec in the chat. What steps are you currently taking to make you be on par with a traditional game in terms of UI UX so that non-blockchainers can learn about crypto, DeFi, NFT from your game?
Yeah, so basically, like I said in the beginning, the step that we are taking to be on par with the traditional game is actually we are hiring the non-blockchainers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like nobody understand. I mean, like if you want to target the blockchainers, then you hire the blockchain UI UX. But then if you want to target the traditional gamers, then you need to be able to hire the traditional way of, the traditional people who are developing for the traditional games, and that they will be, I mean, like they speak their language.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's a good move. You mentioned this before that you have people from Marvel, from Final Fantasy. Yes,
Yep.
I remember correctly.
Yep.
Okay, so I think we can be calm about this also. Next question coming from Sanket. It was asked in the chat about the NFT rental marketplace. How will price be decided there for renting? Will there be fixed prices or rents for NFT? Because if the value of NFT is not fixed, it can be different from perspective of every other guy. So
It's
how
very
the pricing will work?
it's very simple. This is
Hmm.
community based. Who decides the price? It's a community. If you open up Airbnb, and if okay, I'm from Indonesia and I want to go to Bali, is there any fixed price regarding an area? Not really. If I have I have an apartment that I'm renting out for the people to the people, and I can just list the price that I want, and we'll see if somebody will want to do it or not, and that will eventually be the bottom price. I mean, like the highest price that people are able to sell or rent out their NFT, it will be kind of like the threshold. So basically, it's not us who determines the price. It's gonna be the community. It's gonna be you, the players, that determines the value of the NFT, and it's not gonna be
Hmm.
our. We will not manipulate any price regarding our assets. It's very unethical, and we don't like that.
So there's decentralization at its pure. Great.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, the community decides the price and the worth.
Okay. And do you have a referral program in Project Seed?
Yes, we have a referral
Okay.
program. Mhm.
So there's a question coming about how it works and can you use the referral rewards in the game?
More details regarding this will come out soon.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I cannot share it to you now, but then we are developing a referral program that
Mm-hmm.
will benefit a lot of people, to the retails, to the individual players as well as the influencers.
Okay. So another good questions where we have to actually wait for the announcement because there's something going on. Thank you for this question. Uh, Next one also coming from our chat. If we assume the future gaming item market will be NFT based, then what will stop the current major gaming companies from adopting it at some point and pushing upstarts project like Project Seed out of the market?
That's a
Aren't
very
you
good.
afraid of the competition from like the big studios, non-blockchain
Mm,
studios?
Competition will always be there. I mean, like,
Hmm.
if we are afraid of competition, then we can just settle in for 9 to 5, right? The reason why we can be here is because we want to take up the challenge and challenge the competition itself. I mean, like, let's not talk about the traditional gaming space. Even in the blockchain gaming space, there are a lot of good projects and a lot of big projects that have done earlier than us. Why would still we do it? I mean, like, this is why we are here, right?
Hmm.
And not many projects and not many companies are starting off with millions or like hundreds of millions of dollars. They all started humbly. So basically, there is no limit to what we can do. It's just whether we're gonna succumb to that competition or we gonna try to overcome it, right? And I believe, given the creativity that we have, the grit that we have, and also the ideas that we have, and especially the decentralization that we are going to have, I think it will give us an advantageous price position in the space.
Yeah, judging by what you're saying, you're quite well prepared as you have a lot of nice innovation. So if you keep this level of creativity, I think you can rest assured that Project Seed will do well and will not be afraid of any non-blockchain competition once it decides to come.
Right.
And talking about the rental system, I think we can all expect to see it soon in
Right. We
Blizzard
hope to.
games right
Uh,
now
well,
once they
just one
hear
thing.
about you.
Just one thing. If you're waiting for the game and waiting for the alpha test to be out, I'm gonna say that stay tuned. Because in the near future, like within a month or so, we will have something coming out for you guys, and it's gonna be something very nice that you can see regarding our game.
Okay, so mark it in your calendars and keep your eyes open.
Right.
Next question from Ogor. Uh, by the way, if I by mistake read someone's name incorrectly, please don't be angry with me and just correct me. You recently retweeted about Solana gaming platforms. There is one above OpenHera HQ MMORPG game. How does this make you feel about future of such games in Solana? Could Solana be the base of RPG games?
Why not? Uh, Solana offers a very high TPS and a very low transaction fee. It opens up possibility to a lot of things, honestly speaking. So basically, yeah, Solana can be the one. That's why we are choosing Solana 2 as our base, right?
Okay. Uh, so we'll see how it plays out if we see how many RPG games we'll see. By the way, it's
Right,
interesting if we will also start seeing other type of games more often
right,
than just RPG games.
right. And I
Uh,
believe this offers up. I mean, like the whole blockchain thing offers up a very vibrant gaming industry compared to the traditional one. And if I mean, like, going back to the last question, the last question
mhm.
regarding the competition between the if the traditional companies are going into the crypto space and the blockchain gaming space, let's just ask the question: how much are they willing to let the community govern their company if they are owning hundreds or like billions of dollars, and
Mm-hmm.
they have done everything centralized way, in a centralized way, and they want to allow governance. I would dare to ask you, like, who dares? Let's just be real. Let's just be
Yeah,
real.
you might be right here, because like the whole MMO RPG gaming system, this traditional one is all about centralization, and it's like about disrupting this kind of
Right.
centralization by using the DeFi mechanism.
My
Uh,
CSO comes from a traditional gaming company.
mhm.
In the beginning, when I say the first time the idea of governance and decentralization, he was like, no, that's not gonna happen. I said, yes, it will happen. You just have to turn a blind eye towards the design. It will, I mean, like, some of the ideas will mess up the design. That's just something that we need to be able to accept. I mean, like, that's governance. If you really want to take governance, and even if a startup company can actually say no, how about a big company? Let's just ponder on that question.
Yeah, gear. Next one coming from Erlanga. Can you explain more about Project Seed's in-game reward system? How are these prizes distributed to players and players? Okay. What is the maximum reward given to a specific player or players on platform?
Mm, give me 1 second. So
Okay, I
basically,
will.
the in-game reward system. If you're asking whether you can get free money out of the game, I would say don't get your hope too high.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you're asking if you can earn from the game, yes, you can. But then if it's free money, you can find airdrops. You can participate in the governance. Governance can actually give you rewards if the governance are successful and if you are an active voters. And by for being a voter, you need to be an active player. If you're an active player, forget about voting. You will not be able to have the slot. So uh, voting and proposing can actually give you rewards, free tokens for sure as the rewards. Other than that, the max, uh well, if you're a smart gamer, and if you are willing to invest in the early stage, then you can, there is no limit on how much you can earn. I mean, like, you can rent out your NFT. If you hold a lot of NFT and you just want to be a merchant, that's a possible stuff that you can do, a possibility, and you can be a merchant in our game without being a player. And if you are a great gamer and you want to grind and then be the merchant, that you are welcome, you will earn even more, right? I mean, like, there are these two types of gamer that I would classify. The first one is a dumb gamer like myself. If Okay, I would pay to earn. I would pay to win. That's me, the dumb player. And there are this smart player, and that are actually letting people like me buying things from them, right? So those people will earn much more than what I can earn. Mostly, even though I earn from any games that I play, I mostly my investment is actually more than that. So basically, yeah, if you're a smart gamer and you can create a way and find a way to actually create tons of great NFTs, of course, luck will be one of them. Of course, you will be able to earn, and there is no cap regarding that.
Yes, that all sounds about right. We have quite a good observation coming from Fearman right now in the chat. I've played a lot of traditional games that have an in-game trading system, and yeah, without the limitations imposed by the developer, the market in the game gets broken in a short time. So any comment on that?
Mm,
Are you planning to control it somehow?
how do you mean broken? Saying a broken stuff is really a big word of saying it. Uh, we do know some marketplaces in the traditional gaming space that we have discussed with our team, that actually becomes a problem in the eyes of several people, some people, and we are trying to um, make sure that we learn from their mistakes, and we uh, make sure that we don't do the mistake that they do. And then also one of the mistakes that we notice from this brokenness is that the team is actually playing a part in manipulating the items. And so basically that's why we say in the beginning, the team will not be manipulating any price, because that will actually turns very bad in the in things will escalate very quickly if we do that. So basically we will try to be as fair and open as possible. And if you say the marketplace can be broken, well, you can see the price of BTC or like Binance. I mean, like you can open up any trading platform in the crypto space, and that's the community. I mean, like, right? I mean, like, that's just Uniswap. Any chart on Uniswap. That's the community's power, right? Are we doing market making? No, we will not be manipulating the price. So basically, if you say like, oh, this project seed items doesn't worth anything, I want to sell it for $5. Go ahead. I mean, like we are in no way limiting you from doing that.
So the invisible hand of the market will be managing the mechanisms.
Right. I mean, like as the game progresses, as the I mean, like as the game world progresses, and as the game itself progresses, and as we gain
Mhm.
more people playing the game, the value and the worth will actually come. The real value will surface, and we believe that the early supporters, right, you guys right now are actually in a good directions, going
Mhm.
along with us.
Okay. A question that was repeated already in the chat coming from Rakshid, so I feel that I have to ask it. So many games are launching nowadays, like Exit DeFi, Pet, and they are getting very popular. So how are you planning to bring audience to Project Seed, and which feature you find will be most engaging? I think that the features part we have already covered because you explained a lot about it. But what are your plans for bringing more audience to Project Seed?
The community, that's why we have the Sealers. Of course, we are also partnering with influencers.
Hmm.
The communities will be teaching about the project more in the coming days. We have done a lot of AMAs, and then also we have started partnering, and also we have started discussion with the esport teams around the globe. So basically, we would say we would it's really safe to assume that you will probably see an esport out of this game soon enough after the launch, because we have started discussion with
Hmm.
several parties in and out of blockchain to create an esport for our game, and the response is pretty positive, and it's within the budget actually. So yeah, that's what we are planning to do as well. So as we gain traction, and as we gain more user going in, and yeah, that's not
Okay,
something that not cannot be done.
that's great. So about the esport component, there will be some PvP also, I think.
Right.
Okay. That sounds more and more interesting. Unfortunately, the hour we have for this AMA is coming to an end, but I think we could go on for hours with this all these questions. One of the last ones coming from Rido in our chat. What was the first game that came as an initial inspiration? Pokemon, Minecraft going through your mind when you start building all this? I'm very
Uh,
excited.
Yeah, actually, a lot of questions from Indonesian guys. I think I recognize the names. It's really great to see my own people actually supporting us. Yeah, the ideas behind this. So basically, there are a lot of ideas and inspiration coming out. For example, yeah, that's you're not wrong. Minecraft and Roblox is actually the idea behind our dungeon creator. And also,
Hmm.
if you're watching anime, Sword Art Online, it's one of the ideas behind the dungeon creator. And then Pokemon is also one of the idea. Hades, Nino Kuni, and then also um, Genshin Impact and Diablo 3 is actually the idea. So and also if you possibly wondering on how the gameplay will look like, it will probably look like Diablo and Genshin Impact, most likely, very
Okay.
close.
Okay, I was actually going to ask about this because recently you have given us a great cinematic trailer
Mhm.
to pump up the hype, let's say. And I wanted to ask, is this game going to be more like a story-driven game or rather a grinding game? Because you mentioned Diablo.
Uh, it will be a combination of both. We have a dedicated team for the storyline, and since this is also a co-op and multiplayer game, there should be no end to this. There should be also grinding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
so it's gonna be a mixture of both.
It's necessary. It's something that also drives people to
Right,
get better and better items, especially
right,
that you will be able to rent them here. So it will be additional incentive
right,
for
right,
even
right.
more grinding. Okay, and when can we expect like a gameplay trailer? Actually,
Like I said, stand by. Stay tuned in our community. It will be. I mean, like it's gonna be aired the within the next 90 days. I would say.
okay, okay. Looking forward to it to see it. Will you include the dungeon master thingy also
Mm,
in the trailer in the gameplay?
you should see that.
Okay,
I
okay.
will make I will leave that detail for you to guess, and so you should stay tuned.
Okay, great. It's almost an hour right now. We have answered most of the questions. Do you have something to add at the end?
Yeah. Just a simple
Sure.
request. I mean, like the we are developing quite a lot of things right now. So basically, if you haven't, do join our community. We will be sharing a lot of news and also updates in the community for in the coming days.
Sure. And to this end, also this AMA session will be available later on our YouTube channel. And we'll make sure to post all of the Telegram groups and other media, social media under the video, so that you can all stay up to date with all those exciting news coming soon to
Awesome,
Project Seed. Okay,
awesome,
thank you
nice.
very much, Liko, for joining us here, answering all these questions. Thanks to all of our viewers for asking these amazing questions, and well, uh, we are looking forward to seeing the gameplay trailer right now.
Right, 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 right. Awesome.
Okay, thank you. See you. Have
Right.
a
All
nice
right.
weekend.
Bye bye. See
Bye.
you.